Rebel Moon is a movie that nobody wanted. Nobody needed it. Nobody asked for it. And yet, it exists when, by all laws of nature and man, it should not. It defiantly exists, bravely and unapologetic. Thank you, Zachary Snyder. This film sucks. We just saw Rebel Moon, but it's still vivid in my mind.
I woke up with PTSD from the movie.
I've been wallowing in a pit that I never knew existed for the past few days, just replaying this movie in my head over and over again.
I was digging deep in the trenches to see if there was anything redeeming about this film. Well, I never thought I'd say this. And honestly, it breaks my heart that I have to say this, but this is by far so much worse than Justice League. By all accounts, by every metric. Why, Zachary, if fucking Disney, known for making shit now, denied the script, said no, Zachary.
Disney said The Last Jedi was good. Disney said that Mary Poppins, Princess Leia, was pretty cool.
And they said no to your script.
This movie, this budget could have gone towards curing cancer instead of giving everybody cancer.
It said I got testicular.
It said I have
seriously,
testicular cancer.
My balls are throbbing. It's awful.
My testicles are ruined.
I couldn't even finish the
Look what
sentence.
you
It was
did.
so bad.
Look what you've done.
No. Sorry, it's the cancer.
But yeah, look, I hate this movie. Mikey, you're a good man. You really are.
It's made me want to be a bad person.
You bravely decided to watch the part one a second time.
Yeah.
For the sake of friendship, because you're a good person.
And it pushed our friendship to the limits. Actually, my life started playing in slow motion. It was I was confusing reality with this movie.
Walked outside, looked down at your feet.
The fucking slow motion. I thought it was a problem in fucking Justice League when I had a slow-mo shot of a fucking sesame seed.
All of a sudden, I'm in a flashback of my own life.
Yes.
to better times when
All
I wasn't
playing in
watching
slow
that movie.
Hey,
Yeah, no,
One
it
Piece.
really sucks. Like, I hate telling somebody, like, hey, dude, your vision, that sucked. I don't know what you were thinking, but
Zachary,
buddy,
Stop it.
what were you thinking?
This was rough, man. You can't make a movie where you surround yourself with a bunch of yes men who just go along with it and don't question your script. I went into this movie being told it was terrible, and I, at first, was like, you know what? This actually isn't that bad. I can enjoy a lot of it. I can see a lot of potential with the movie. And it just, like, scene after scene after scene, just crushed that optimism and ruined my dreams. So
The exposition. Not every film is terrible because it starts with exposition. It's not what I'm saying. However, when the exposition is basically, it feels like what I'm being told is contradicted by what I am seeing, then there's a problem with your exposition in the beginning. It's this great empire, all that, and yet fucking, like with light speed travel, and yet they're focused on grain, fucking food, on this one fucking planet.
If there was no galaxy mention, and there was a kingdom on the other side of the planet, and they just had sci-fi technology, it would make a little more sense. But when your whole plot is consistent of feeding the soldiers, and you introduce slip space travel in the very first shots
From the vagina portal wormhole thing.
Yeah, slip space vagina.
Yep.
Why don't you just slip space back home, get some McDonald's, and then head out again? Instead, you wasted your entire 2 movies to do this.
Wait. It's funny you say McDonald's because, McDonald's is from planet Earth, right? And why is it that the design philosophy of all the fucking costumes and the fucking architecture primarily is what I would see on that planet fucking Earth.
Yeah.
Why is the main villain in 80% of his scenes wearing a fucking necktie? I get it that the farmers, like, they just do things, you know, with their hands and all that shit, but like, literally, I watch them work and I'm like, this is just like what farmers do on planet Earth. They don't have any like unique looking tool that I wouldn't even see here on my fucking planet.
Right.
No, they just use fucking scythes like normal fucking earthling farmers. I'm like, what the fuck is Zachary Snyder?
No, they loaded up a trailer that's just a floating platform, but it's a trailer. That's
Yeah.
all it was. It's a flatbed. It's like,
Like the universe itself is so devoid of creativity
Yep.
and color.
So let me rewind back because I'm sure there are some fans of this movie because there were people defending the first part when it came out because
Fucking
there are
how?
Zachary has a great fan base. He has a humongous fan. There's a reason that the Zack Snyder cut got made in the first place. So I understand that he has a fan base.
Yeah.
And I was one of the guys. If you go back and watch our Zack Snyder cut debate between me and Michael, I was the one who really loved the Zack Snyder cut. I still love the Zack Snyder cut. I like a lot of his movies. I like a lot of the traits that people don't like. But I was the one going into this movie with the idea of I want to give this movie a chance. I haven't heard anything about the movie.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it for the first time. I really want to get into it. And immediately, something turned me off by the movie when the main character in the first 10 seconds of knowing her grabbed the sand and went and sniffed it like cocaine. It was already a weird character decision from there. And like that just stood out to me as like, that's odd, but we'll go on from there. And then just ever since that moment, I don't think Zachary even got a concept of who these people are.
When you were telling me, yeah, let's watch Rebel Moon, I was like, oh, okay, sure. And then when the next words that came out of your mouth were, yeah, I don't like this movie at all. From the staunch defender of Zack Snyder,
Yep.
I understood that the next 4 hours were going to be truly and utterly awful.
By the way, we watched both parts, part 1 and part 2,
Fucking
in
mistake.
one sitting.
Fucking
God.
mistake.
We were tired after the first part.
that was brutal, man. Yeah.
And there's the fucking flashbacks
Oh, my God.
constantly.
Yeah.
Zachary. Sir, I'm sorry, but show don't tell. That's not what we mean by that. That's not what we fucking mean.
You're doing show and tell, and it's also in the worst way
The
possible.
and the slow mo. There's so much fucking slow mo, and also,
Man.
I was taught that love is weakness. Actually, I was taught that I need to find a lover,
Right.
because love gives me strength.
Right.
I hurt my elbow.
It's contradictions constantly.
Did you get like did this movie even get like a script supervisor that went through this at all and said, okay, but half this stuff doesn't make any sense. You're not
Right.
continuing anything that you had already set up. We got to go back to the drawing board. We got to do this again.
Right.
They
yeah,
continue this into a two-parter big blockbuster that they're trying to continue. By
Yeah.
the way, this isn't the last of the movies.
Now, the abs.
Tarzan.
Those
that's the most character development
Dude.
of any character.
those
in the-
abs that
yeah.
could deflect missile fire.
Man.
So this man is also doo-doo water. Okay? But he's talking to the griffin.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. What was the exact line? He's like, let us show them that we are free, or like that we cannot be
It
shackled or
was so
something.
much worse than that. We've seen a lot of fear, but
Yeah.
the thing
Yeah.
that we fear the most
Is ourselves.
the fear
Oh,
of
it's fear itself,
ourselves.
essentially.
The fear of ourselves. He's talking to a bird, by the way.
He's talking to a
He
mythological
never
creature.
talks about what he fears about himself. What does the bird fear about itself? The whole struggle is that they're being chained up by other people.
Speaking
It
of
doesn't make
chains,
No, and then-
he takes the chain off of him and then proceeds
Yes,
to
that's what I was
chain
gonna
him
bring up.
again.
Oh, sorry. So you free the
Oh
griffin,
my god.
Zachary. So you have him free the fucking griffin, and then you have the same guy who does not wish to be shackled anymore, and you have him shackle the bird's beak. Zachary, why? This is not how character arcs work. And we're back from the edit. Hi, guys.
If you're as confused about him being over here,
I wanted to be closer to you.
no, this is our experience watching them teleport all over the place in the movie. Yeah.
We should have like filmed me setting up in slow mo.
Oh my god,
tightening the mic.
that would have been so good. I have to say, the way they rapid fire character introductions is baffling to me.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably the worst one for me, the one that just felt like a slog, was the samurai chicks or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to watch this character interaction between her and a spider lady that's dying or whatever, who can't
Yeah.
reproduce anymore. And the whole time just like, is this going anywhere? Does this matter at all?
Oh no, I rewinded 3 times to try and figure out who this lady was, why we're there. There's no mention of her at
Yeah.
all leading up to this, and y'all had the same exact experience.
I know.
It's-
Yeah,
I thought she was the.
You're like, why are we here?
I just thought she was the elevator lady.
I know.
Y'all asked, are we in a different place?
And by the way, she starts the fight with the spider with just normal swords, and midway through, when she's nearly getting her butt kicked, then she activates the lightsabers.
And nobody helps.
No one helped.
Yeah.
Why? What was the point of watching the fight? Just fucking take the gun out, shoot the chick's head. You're done. We're done away with it. You know, like with Indiana Jones, when that guy was like twirling the sword or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah.
What was great was this was improv by Harrison Ford. He's just like. Takes the gun out and shoots the damn guy.
Yep.
Why didn't I get that?
Nobody
God.
talks about this on set either. Like they were like, you cut back to these guys after the fight. They holster their guns as if they were going to do anything. Like
Oh my-
nobody thought of like, hey man, we have guns. Like, cause in the trailer, I thought it was like going to be like an arena where she was fighting the spider thing. That would have made a lot more sense.
Right.
Why they're just standing behind. They can't. It's an honor system. But no, this was a normal
No, yeah.
Yeah.
encounter, a random encounter with a giant spider lady, and then nobody thought of. You know, we can literally just pop her one right in the head.
Yeah.
This could be easy.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But no, and then of course the betrayal. The betrayal. Oh God, didn't see that coming.
Which, by the way, the movie, I realized it forgot at that point to give this guy any scenes
Yeah.
after he was introduced, because he was introduced. We didn't get barely any interaction between him and any other characters up until like the ending scene where he starts to betray them. So they have one scene where Korra, the last Airbender, talks to this guy. And I guess they try and give some kind of connection between him and one of the characters
Oh,
before
it's
he
so
gets betrayed.
ham-fisted.
Yeah.
But it just serves to remind us that at the very next scene, we know he's just going to betray her, because this is how the story's going to go. If the movie's going to follow its own internal logic in any way, shape, or form, it's that we know what's going to happen from the very beginning. And we know this guy's going to betray them, and he does.
And I hate that in the betrayal scene where they're all locked up. Of course, they're telling us about each of these characters.
Oh my God.
I'm like pulling my hair out. Like, why is this happening? Why is this garbage entering my ears?
It would have made so much sense if they went to another flashback to all these characters as he was talking about these characters.
Oh man.
And then the second one, we get another scene with them going to another flashback with all these characters that we were already introduced to.
Yeah, and you know, just let's just like fucking get straight to the point on the end of part one. Fucking. So he loses, right? As you said, as it turns out, what we all figured in the beginning, of course Korra kicks his ass
Right.
in the end, right? Of course she ends up being stronger.
And it wasn't a result of anything that happened during the movie. They just needed to get in the same room alone.
Yep.
And she's gonna win.
What I love about there's a reason why my favorite fight or lightsaber fight is Luke versus Darth Vader in Empire Strikes Back, is because the desperation
Yeah.
you see in Luke,
Yes.
right? Like, he is not fighting Darth Vader. He is surviving.
Yes.
Okay? And when he actually gets one good hit in, that's when Darth Vader goes from just playing around, fucking with Luke, to fucking going ham at him and cutting his fucking hand off.
Yep. Which, by the way, as soon as he gets wounded, this is a completely different scene. I just love this scene in Empire Strikes Back. As soon as he gets wounded by Luke just a little bit, Darth Vader says, screw it, disarms him, almost immediately cuts his hand.
Oh, like there's a brief like kind of yell of pain as
Yeah.
he just fucking hammers in and does a maneuver where, like, you know, he rotates his blade around like Luke's, like slides it and then cuts his hand off.
Yep.
Also, one other thing, the dispute, like the ultimate dispute, wasn't between Korra and the main bad guy. The main bad guy didn't do anything to her. he killed the leader of the village
Yeah.
that they were going after. Like, if anything, the main dispute is between Farmer Boy trying to redeem himself
Yeah.
by going after this guy and getting revenge. Korra is the main character, but she's not, like, there's nothing personal between them.
There's no
Well,
character.
Yeah,
No, there's
you know
just
why-
nothing. There's no.
Yeah.
There's nothing personal between
That's
her
what
and
I
the main
mean.
bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And you know why they did that. They're setting up a bunch of other movies in the future, so she can't fight the character that would make the most sense for her to fight in this movie. She would need to fight the person that like kidnapped her as a kid.
Right,
Like
yeah.
that would be the most like drama that would happen. If like and maybe the coward guy could learn to fight this guy. But no, they want
Right.
to separate. They want to have other movies, so that they need to have one smaller bad guy to fight in this movie.
I feel like in a different movie, she would have been more of like a mentor character to Farm Boy, if that makes sense. Because she
Yeah.
knows how to fight, and she
Right.
could maybe. Because again, he's like, I don't want to be, I don't want to be useless again, and just stand by and watch someone that I know perish or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because maybe you could set up that like he is brave and he wants to do things, but he doesn't have the ability to do anything yet.
Here we go. Rebel Moon Part 1 questions. This is just for Part 1, by the way. I have 30
God.
questions for Part 2.
Oh, God.
If you can slip space, why don't the bad guys grab food from their home world?
Right,
Why
right,
did
yeah.
Korra sniff the dirt at the very beginning? Why is Anthony Hopkins
Great
in
question.
this movie?
Why is he?
Why do the horses have beef jerky on their head? Why is a love triangle set up that's literally never addressed again?
Oh my God, that's right.
Why do you think space Nazis would show mercy if you work harder? Why is the main villain in the movie arm himself with only a walking stick?
Dude, yo.
If the bad guys need food immediately, why not go to another planet? It's a galaxy. Why does the villain have that haircut? This is only 30
Yep.
minutes in, by the way. If Korra needs to recruit the Blood Axes with a whole army, why does she even need to stop at any other planet? Why are there 7 billion slow-mo shots within the
Oh my
first
God.
hour? Why did Korra say that love is weakness when she was also bred to love a fellow soldier? How is Korra a great warrior but also has the body mass of a small child?
Oh my God.
Why is the coolest character a bug that sucks your soul? Why does the bar scene?
Bar
right.
scene, yeah.
Why does Korra not find it suspicious that a bounty hunter who joins the team does not ask for barely any money? Is the villain into hentai? Why did they recruit Tarzan? Why did Tarzan unhook the Phoenix and then immediately tie him back up?
Phoenix. It's a griffin, Jacob. It's a griffin.
The movie doesn't
Phoenixes
care.
are on fire. Was the griffin on fire?
I don't think the
his
movie
abs
cares.
God.
All right, why does the sword girl not turn her lightsaber mode on at the very beginning of the fight? Why did nobody shoot Spider Lady while Sword Lady was fighting the other Spider Lady?
Yep, uh-huh.
I don't know none of these characters' names, by the way. Why does the bad guy not go splat when he hits the rocky ground?
Yep.
Did Anthony Hopkins' robot kill a deer at the end of this movie just so he can wear its antlers?
He didn't try to eat it, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Doesn't make any sense. He just wanted a really good crown.
But yeah,
it
those
seems.
are some really good questions, honestly. And that concludes part 1 of our discussion of Rebel Moon. We will be releasing part 2 probably on Friday, most likely on Friday. So be prepared for that. Stroll on into part 2 when it comes out. Enjoy the discussion like you did with part 1, because I know you did like it. But guys, thanks for watching. And I know you enjoyed it, but I hope it was a perfect experience, unlike Rebel Moon. Like and subscribe.